Okay, जी, I would start. नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, अस्सलाम वालेकुम. My name is Sufi और मैं हूँ FM तड़का से. आप मुझे सुन सकते हैं FM तड़का के शो कड़क मॉर्निंग पर जो सुबह शुरू होता है 7 बजे से. And this is my utmost honor to be here sharing the screen with the one and only A.R. Rahman sir and Ehan Bhatt. Wonderful, sir. Welcome to this Zoom session. And आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है एहान भाई.
Your name is so beautiful, Sufi. It's like Sufi meeting Sufi.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर. आप तो सूफी के सिकंदर हैं. ये एक मेरा ये सौभाग्य है कि मुझे आज ये मौका प्राप्त हो रहा है आपसे बात करने का. Rahman sir, the first question that comes to me regarding this movie, the new one of yours, 99 songs. Sir, why only 99? Why not a century? Where's that one song gone, sir?
If you look at the trailer, it says, can you write 100 songs? So it was called 100 Songs before. And I was doing a Hollywood movie called 100-Foot Journey. So I felt like it would be confusing to say 100 songs, 100-Foot Journey. So I made it 99 songs. And so it made even more better sense and it looked better on 99 songs.
So does the movie actually consist of 99 songs? Are 99 songs there?
It has around 13, 14 tracks. But then once you see the movie and you sleep, you might get the other songs in your name.
So what took you so long to produce a movie and to write it, sir?
So I'm going from the foundation of filmmaking, like being a composer, it was like a full 180-degree turn for me. And I've been a fan of, photography and this and stories and visuals and everything. So I started making a little bit of music videos and I was producing them to understand the art and also set up my studio back in Chennai, which is a big 36,000 square feet. So building this whole movie, that section of my took time. And this is also a little complex movie. Ihan had to go learn, we casted him. He had to go learn piano at a conservatory for a year. Then we sent him to Hollywood to learn acting. So this is all the process, right? And then he had to do 3 versions. So 3 into 14 songs and dubbing all these characters, getting all the lip sync right and revision. Yeah, I needed time.
So this 3-tier multi-management schedule of your life, how has it been? I mean, the writer Rahman Saab and the music composer Rahman Saab and above all the producer Rahman Saab. Who was the strictest out of these 3?
I think all 3 were exhausting me because if you have to play a role correctly, then you have to dive in. And you have to dive in then as a writer, because things you learn through experience and the wisdom which you gather from the world through traveling to seeing what happens and what you sow, what you reap, and so many different, layers of that is in the story, because yet having that simplicity of saying like a fairy tale, like if a boy has to write 100 songs to win a girl, it's as simple as that. Producer wise, I think there is a big saying, this proverb in Tamil which says the calf is more fearless than the cow. Because when I produced it, it was post Oscars and all the hoo-ha. I never thought about, this hero would have this much of saleability, this hero will have this much of sale. All these things exist. I didn't even care about it. But after finishing the movie, even Geo, who brought the movie, never cared about it because they felt like the quality in the beginning when they saw the 20 minutes of the movie, they felt the quality is great the industry works in a certain pattern. We had certain hiccups, but then I think right now, and then we had Corona. So, but the most important thing is we have a movie which we wanted to make and almost exactly like how we envisioned. And in fact, in certain things got better, even better than what we had imagined. So we are very proud of the movie and the great filmmakers out there, and we respect extraordinary geniuses. But our movie has a different voice, and we're also proud of that fact that it's trying to do something else, more experiential. And we're all new, so we're all super excited.
Great. Sir, I'll come back to you for a question. But before that, Ihan Bhai, what is your story behind getting the break in 99 songs? Please tell us all. How did you manage that break? How did you get it?
So I auditioned with Mukesh Chabra. He's a very renowned
Yeah.
casting director in Bombay and Mumbai. And after months later, I got selected for the film. And I mean, I've been a huge fan of Rahman sir and his music. But more than that, I was so excited that I was like, is it written right that he's written the film, So to have a story which is written by Rahman sir himself was so, got me so curious, And when I read the script, it is like that. When you read when you'll see the film, it's like that. Every actor has this particular role that they want to play in their life, And I am being modest in saying that this is that once in a lifetime kind of a character that will always stay with me, because for this character, he's a musician, and it was in my bucket list to learn an instrument. And due to Rahman sir, his vision, he sent me to Chennai KM Music Conservatory, where I actually learned and trained in piano along with my friend Tenzin Dala. He was training on drums. It was their idea to make us stay together, and we actually bonded so well that we became real life good friends. And we were practicing every day on our instruments because that's what our characters demanded. We are a part of this band in the film, and we were actually living that life off screen. Like I would call him Jay, he called me Polo, he called me Jay, I would call him Polo, and every day it felt like we were getting closer to our characters, and it was really required, because we come from a non-musical background. And Rahman sir guided us, nurtured us, and every day it felt like we're getting one step closer to our characters. And then when we started filming, it helped us a lot. I don't think it would have been possible without our prep to be just being actors and just portray this level of the level of these musicians that we are portraying in the film.
Great. Rahman sir, writing the story, composing the music, or producing the film, which one was more close to your heart? आपके दिल के ज़्यादा करीब कौन सा काम था, sir?
Writing the story.
Writing the story, and were you able to write the thing that you ever wanted, or were there many corrections into it that no, this is not going right, I should do it again? How difficult was the writing part of it?
I think like if you take any structure, there is the basic nuts and bolts, the basic pillars, and then there are all the fillers which comes in. And so the pillars of the stuff we got in the very beginning itself. We got the end, we got the beginning, we got the middle, everything. So it was just fitting all the in-betweens in it. And also finding, what do you call, I don't know, satisfying character endings and those kind of things. So I have my own formulas. I hope people like it. So.
Great, sir. Definitely we're gonna like your work. Definitely we're gonna go and see the movie. Ihan bhai, what was the most difficult part for you during this movie? The scene or the shot, or which was the most difficult one?
As I said, it needed a lot of prep work, but more than that, it was a scary thought that I have to live up to Rahman sir's legacy. I think any A-lister would have signed this film without even hearing the narration. They would be ready to do it for Rahman sir, and to have him believe in a newcomer like me, to give me a break in a massive film like this, that was in itself like a wow moment for me. So I made sure that I turned my whole hours of the day into prepping for this film, and because I was really scared, like at any moment, like, okay, you got the film, but are you really worth it? Like, are you able to perform the hard work that the character demands? And so that's why, like, because there was this wow factor also, and there was the scare factor also that pushed me to my limits to live the life of this character. And yeah, that's all.
Rahman sir, again to you. Sir, how has been the lockdown times for you? What you used to do during the lockdown times?
I think all of us, it is not about being comfort. Like, we spend time with the family, but we also seeing the misery outside. The migrant workers and people suffering. A lot of old people dying. My mom had to go into ICU. She passed away in December, but during I think the beginning of the lockdown, there was a scare. She had to be given dialysis. So nobody was willing to come. I said, okay, I'm going to the ambulance. I'm taking my mom to that. So after that, everybody, it was such a scary moment that time. And everybody, not just me, the whole India, the whole world went through that stuff. And, but after that, there was also a nice moment where I was spending more time with the kids, the family. Then we were also looking at things which we'll never do, improving, reading books, watching movies, and researching on psychology, philosophy, things which you'd never do when when you're working. So just to scan all these things were interesting, to go deeper into subjects which we never do, go deeper.
Rahman sir, what keeps you going? I mean, there is so much happening in the world. There are so many different shades of grays and blacks and browns. There are times when it's hard to find the orange and the yellows and the reds of the world. But in these times also, what is that one thing that keeps you going, sir?
I think we should always look at what we are empowered with. And so the things which are empowering us, the things which we can shine with, should be focused on, not the ones which are pulling down humanity or dividing us. So that is the kind of thing. So if I'm a filmmaker, I'll be looking at what other narrative can we give, through my point of view, the world through my eyes, the story through my eyes, through my vision, music through my. I mean, that's been for like 27 years. Music through my vision is what you're hearing. Everything's internalized, and so this movie, in a very similar way, is a movie through my vision. So that's one of the reasons I produced it. So we don't have to answer anyone. Jumping into the sea. If you don't swim, you're going to drown. That's it. You're finished. So if you're not sincere, and if you don't work harder in the right way where you can cater this to a larger audience, you're done. But that's such a big risk. This is the biggest gamble I've ever taken in my life.
That brings me to this question, sir. 99 songs. Is this story connected to or has some connection to Rahman sir's life, directly or indirectly?
If you look at the character, actually it's opposite. Like in my life, in this character, the father is saying music has ruined our lives. So don't go into that. In the trailer, that's what it says. But in my life, it's opposite. My mother said, you leave all the school. It's useless. You go do what your father did, music. So it's completely the opposite. But in major houses, in most of the houses, it's like my son or daughter wants to be in music. Yeah, do music, but finish your academics. Become a doctor first. Become an engineer first. Become a lawyer first. And then you can do your music also. It's like a side, number 2. So that credibility and stigma towards the profession is always there, in houses. And because of the insecurity and because of the lack of understanding how the world has changed, how, music and art is actually driving the world. And everybody is becoming an artist on Instagram or on YouTube. They're putting their own thing. And that's fascinating to see. So this is a new world which has evolved now. And this movie is for that new world.
Sir, talking about this new world, since you mentioned the various digital platforms that have come up in the times that we've seen, there is also an OTT type of content now that's available for the masses. What are your views on the content that's available on the OTT platforms, sir?
I think the liberty which has come in on OTT is fascinating. It's like, again, a double-edged sword. It could be used in the right way, or it could be used in a very exploitative way. So Of course, nobody has any control of the internet. People can see any damn thing, they can see the most atrocious, more perverted things. They can see the most beautiful things. They can gain the most beautiful knowledge. And now I think it's important to empower the kids, the foundation of what is right and what is wrong. And with that never changes. That's universal. Good things and bad things are to be. I mean, you can't fight how the world is going, but we can reinstate all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the spiritual things. Like, if you do this, it's going to happen. If you do this, it's going to happen. And that's a proven fact. Even in this movie, there's certain universal formulas where, if you sow the seed, this is what you're going to reap. And yeah, that's what I would suggest. Like, make it more, and then be an example to your kids. Like, if you do something wrong and tell them to be right, they're not going to follow. You are doing it. So the kids actually follow the parents. So you have to set an example. Be that book you read. Be that wisdom you preach. And then they will understand that this is what my dad is. This is what my mom is. And this is what I want to be. I have all these choices, and I'll make the right choice.
The song Jai Ho, how was it made? And if you can tell us choti si story.
Yeah, I think I was doing multiple things at that time. I was doing Yuvraj, I was doing Slumdog Millionaire, and also worked on a movie with Ashutosh, which I had to leave to do this thing. And during one of the conversations, I think Subhash Kaji said that it'll be nice to do a song called Jai Ho, generically. And when I saw Slumdog Millionaire, the end, it had Aaj Ki Raat, that Dil Chahta Hai song in it. And they had it as a temp. So I said, I've done the music, and I should do the last song also. It can't be from another movie. So this idea was, I asked Danny, can I, do a song and give it to you? And then Jai Ho was put in, and he re-edited to this song. I crunched the whole thing, and then that's history, what happened.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is one. And then my favorite song from this, it will be very, very difficult. I think for now, because we've done this whole 4 years thing now, maybe the lullaby is when I hear it, I feel like calmness, because there's so much of storm happened, like the calm.
Sir, on FM Tadka, we are playing the music of independent artists also, and we are calling that platform Musicians Independent Collective. That is Tadka Mic. So what are your views on the independent music scene of the country?
I think it's gone much, much further than what it was. I think you could get a little more original, and it feel like they could also not copy the movies soundtrack things and have their own feel, and they could express many more things, because the world right now needs beautiful songs, and which are thought-provoking, and which would make this life more bearable. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. It was lovely having you, Ihan. Thank you so much. May God bless you with a lot of success, and may 99 songs be a super duper success in whatever language it comes out in. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing some time and talking to us. May God bless you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Wishing you the